Well, in any case, today is a big day for Europe because G2 just 3-0'd TES in MSI lower bracket, and what a match. I'm afraid that 10 minutes is not going to be enough to summarize this match and everything. Dylan, how are you feeling after such a banger of a series?
Um, I'm so incredibly happy. Um, I think it means a lot to take a best of five against an Eastern team, and the fact that we can do it in such a convincing fashion, I think, is very important to me. I think it's important probably for Europe as well and LEC. So, um, honestly, just very very happy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been a long time coming, right? Like the last time we've seen such a dominant performance against an Eastern team was maybe like 2019, 2020, G2 still
Yeah.
as well. So, I mean, like, I think like also having all the players in your team like show up, especially Ans after getting criticized in that T1 series, showing up and stepping up with Mickey X today must feel very, very nice. How do you feel about how everyone is performing so far and how the team is gelling? Do you think that they have what it takes to make it far in the tournament?
Yeah, I think everyone's playing incredibly well. Yeah, huge shout out to our bot lane. Everyone was calling them the best bot lane in the world on the enemy team, and I guess we were definitely on the better side of what happened bot lane in this series. I think it was a huge performance by Hansama today. I'm very proud of him. I also think it was nice that uh, it was like both sides of the Draven game. That's very fun, you know.
Yeah.
That's Hans's that's his thing, right? So I think it's great. Yeah, and I think we can go far in the tournament. I think it's extremely hard to win four best of fives against the best teams in the world back to back to back.
Hmm.
But I always felt for this roster, even last year, even this year, that we are capable of taking best of fives off of any of these teams. Maybe sometimes it's harder than others, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And can you tell me more about this as well? Because obviously you will potentially have to play three best of fives in a row if you want to win MSI, which is going to be very difficult. Have you guys already started preparing for all the teams that are remaining in this tournament, basically?
No, we haven't started preparing for our next opponent yet.
Mm.
It's TL versus T1. I guess T1 are the favorites to win that series.
Yeah.
If they were to win, we definitely know a lot about them, and they know a lot about us because we had a very close Game 5 series before. So I think that
Mm.
rematch would be pretty hype for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, obviously, as well, we've seen that G2 has been bringing a lot of different strategies to the tournament. I think like the main takeaway for G2 is that D team is able to play its own style and defeat the Eastern teams like this. And something we've seen in the past and now is coming back, especially with this G2 roster. Do you think that this is really like the way you guys are gonna make a difference and be able to defeat everyone by having more of these special strategies and picks and being able to surprise them?
I think that League of Legends has so many champions and so much
Mm.
strategy, and at its core, it's a strategy game, and
Mm.
I think it's very important to be really fighting for advantages in the draft phase, and
Mhm.
fighting for strategical advantages, where your gameplay and your draft is all really tied together. And there are some Eastern teams that are very good at doing this and will really challenge you in specific lanes.
Mm.
But I do not want to be one of the teams that just blindly picks passive meta champions and just hopes it works out because we're skilled. That's not our vision of the game. Not me, not our staff, not our players. So I think
Yeah.
it's cool, and it obviously looks really great when it works out like today.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, today is, as we said, a very big and important win. I mean, 3-0ing an Eastern team is quite an accomplishment. But I would like to ask as well, what is your mentality? Because obviously, G2's goal in the end is to contend for the top spots at World and at MSI and just be the best team. So, do you see this match like as a big accomplishment, or are you taking it more as in like job's not done and you still have to do more and this is just the first step?
No, we come to these tournaments thinking that we are fully capable of winning them.
Mm.
I'm not sure if we always think we're the number one favorites to win at the end of the day, but
Mm.
we definitely feel like we're stronger than some of the Eastern teams at these tournaments. We felt that way at Worlds. I think we won against both LPL and LCK in our best of ones, and
Mhm.
now we won again today. So, although it's difficult to win the entire tournament, that is what we're here for. Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, playing against Eastern teams is very different. Do you feel like maybe G2 has been improving faster as well, playing internationally in China compared to when they play in Europe? Because obviously, the level of scrims and solo queue is maybe different as well.
Um, I'm not sure. We always actually learn the most coming internationally and scrimming as far as like big macro concepts. I think mostly we're just a lot more challenged on an individual and matchup level. It can be a lot harder to lane if our drafts are not crisp, especially with like some of the really aggressive jungle bot combinations. And I think that is definitely something we learn a lot, for sure. Um, but yeah, the scrims can be very explosive and very volatile. So if you're stomping the enemy, they're stomping you, like you learn, but it's more about like what matchups you think you can get away with and the strengths and weaknesses of each team here.
Hmm. And I mean, obviously, I don't want to throw any teams under the bus, but we've seen people joke around that G2 was almost a different region from the rest of the LEC when it comes to international play. What do you think you guys are doing differently, and what do you have that maybe other Western teams don't have yet and need to work on, I guess, to step up to that same level?
I think we put in the most effort in both players and staff of the teams in Europe. I think we're also gifted to have a very strong roster. We have some of the all-time greats of Europe on our team, and that's not something, like you have players like we have. There's one caps, right? Um, but I think a lot of it is just the effort and care we put in throughout every single part of our process. Like we have five staff members working like around the clock just to make sure everything is accounted for.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, like this match is very important as well. I remember last year we saw Yike especially struggle a bit at the Worlds maybe, and in his first international events. And he's been very, very good, I guess, now at MSI and stepping up big time as well. How has it been seeing his growth as well throughout the year, I guess?
Yike, I think, is playing incredible at this tournament. I think last MSI he also played very well as well, which was his rookie split, go to MSI and start carrying the game. Unfortunately, we didn't do as well at that MSI. I think, um, yeah, he's been working a lot this year with Isma, our performance coach, and our coaching staff, preparing himself for what it takes. And I also just think with each international event you attend, you just gain experience. And when it comes to these different environments or high pressure environments, I think the number one thing for performance is just experience, and that just needs to be gained by playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that aside, I mean, most likely now you will be facing T1. I think most people are expecting that at least. Do you have any thoughts about this match ahead of you, potentially, I guess, depending on the result
Yeah,
of tomorrow?
I think if we face Team Liquid, we're clear favorites. I think
Mhm.
we're feeling pretty confident against them. T1, it's gonna be close. Our series was quite close against them. I always feel like when we play against that team, they're just so strong mechanically.
Mhm.
It just feels very hard to win team fights, very hard to win skirmishes. But I think when it comes to the clutch factor, when it comes to the strategical factor, I think we're up there with them. And I think when we're playing at our best, we're matching them, right? We were winning game five against
Mhm.
T1, and now we're winning 6 games in the lower bracket. We're a very strong team, And I think if we face T1, it'll be quite close.
Yeah, I mean, I think we heard in the conference interview last week that basically, like, the issue, especially towards the end of the best of five against T1, was maybe confidence and stress. And I think it's something that we could see reflected in the cameras as well, in between the pauses. Do you think this is something that's already has improved in this match against TES? And do you think like that this win today is going to help to invigorate more confidence into the team as well?
We were just a lot more measured when we were winning these games today. Versus T1, especially in game five when everything's crazy with the swap. We just got overexcited once we started winning the fights. I really understand it. It's so natural, so human.
Mhm.
But we learned from that. And today, when we were winning the games, we were a bit more like ice cold. I would say it
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, makes sense. And I mean, obviously, there's probably still some strategies that you are cooking up. I mean, obviously, you don't have to reveal anything. We've seen on Twitter the rise of Shen Zhongo as well. Do you think there's going to be other picks as well that we can look forward to and other cool strategies still?
We always have more spicy picks ready. Try not to overcook it. We don't want to go full troll.
We don't want to burn the kitchen.
On stage, there was already some calls for some very questionable picks in the last couple of series. I can't say which, but some people had to be shut down. Let's just say from trolling. So try and keep it with the right amount of cookedness.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, that aside, I think in any case, I can speak on behalf of Europe that, first of all, we are very thankful for your performance today and the performance of everyone. But also, we're sorry because a lot of people have doubted G2. A lot of people have been hearing the talks about wanting to improve, wanting to show up internationally, and maybe didn't believe in it yet because obviously actions speak louder than words, right? So do you have anything you want to say to all the fans and the people that look forward to G2's performance and just LEC fans in general?
Mostly just thank you, the fans, for supporting us and believing that we can win. I think if you take our team over the past couple of years, we've been very competitive with the Eastern teams. Although we might be underdogs from time to time, we are definitely deserve to be playing here in these best of fives, and I'm happy we finally got a dominant win, and we're really looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. And again, huge congratulations for this 3-0 against TES today. What a huge match for you guys. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk again to you soon in the MSI finals then.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.